Lewis mainly sells goods on credit through the Lewis, Best Electric and My Home brands.
Right, those are the stores. And it's a money lender linked to its stores. And there's been some pressure in this market, of course, because the national regulatory authorities have looked very skeptically at situations where credit is extended and there are associated retrenchment provisions and all that stuff which may be inappropriate.
Market cap 4.6 billion rand, a PE of 7.7 and a dividend yield here of 10.9%.
And that's, of course, because those are historic numbers and the share price has performed quite poorly.
Lewis used to be one of the darlings of the market.
Bears really cares about you. These guys were doing really, really well. They were actually, at some point, most trusted retailer because they continued to perform despite other retailers feeling a little bit of a pinch when the rand moved either way. So you have very consistent performance from Lewis, and that's why the guys actually used to love it. So
we're both talking past tense.
Yes, we are talking past tense. What happened was this. I don't know if you can call it a scandal with the guys with the credits and the fact that it would actually add more and it would add to the people's installment and the term in which they pay. That created a little bit more debt than it should. Some people paid extra 17,000 rand for an LCD screen television that was worth 6,000 rand. So those were the issues that were raised, and it sort of dipped the price of Lewis. I think it went down by nearly 40–50%. And so they've struggled to get back to their glory days since then, and it's been very, very tough, and you can't blame them. I think they came out with a media statement to try and rectify the matter, to remedy the issue, but still that bitter taste is still in people's minds. But I think maybe sentiment will return back into the market at some point, but they were very strong when it comes to providing credit, making sure that the people that take that credit to the lower end market of South Africa specifically were able to actually create that particular
Paul, will they recover their former glory?
Look, JD Group absorbed into Steinhoff. So small there that you don't even know what's going on. Ellerines crashed and burned, as part of the African Bank debacle. Lewis has sort of soldiered on as the sole player visible in the market, but I think in a sense that the whole model had gotten quite tired. Certainly the economic downturn in the mining sector was very bad because that was very poor for remittances. The fact that there haven't been significant increases in social grants and that sort of thing. So I have a sense that maybe this group of stocks did very well in the sort of 10 years up to 5 years ago, but they've run out of steam a little bit.
And the share price graph obviously reflects that.
It does. And remember, part of the model was that they had their own lending activities, but then they added on, and the cases where they got hammered by the regulatory authorities is where they sold, for example, retrenchment insurance to pensioners, added on elements to the lending deal, which was inappropriate. And I guess they're going to clean that up. But I think it's going to take a while before the positive sentiment returns.
While we're waiting for the positive sentiment to return, as Paul says, are we hot or not?
Unfortunately, they're red. So it's red for me, for now.
No, I think it's an avoid for the time being. I think Johan Enslin and his management team will work hard to put themselves back on a secure footing.
But they've still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you need the market to sort of factor in rising earnings, and I don't think we see that yet. So not